Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Let's Mod Warframe. Today we're going to take a look at the brand new Grineer Whip introduced in 14.6, the Atterax. This weapon is absolutely crazy when you take a look at its stats. 25% critical, 300% critical damage, and 25% status. With very good base damage, mostly in slash, and a high attack rate when modded correctly. So the question is, does this weapon live up to the potential? Now, the critical chance and the critical damage are the same as the other critical based melee weapons such as the dual Zoran and the dual Ica, but the introduction of that status chance as well takes this weapon into a different league. One criticism I've always had about the whips, and this is the reason I haven't used whips myself in the past, is that the hit detection was always very hit and miss. You could be too close, too far away, just to the side, and it wouldn't hit the target at all. However, this seems to be something that DE has really worked on, and is now in a state when applied to weapons like the Atterax provides the whole package. Now, the Atterax comes with a choice of two stance mods, Burning Wasp that matches the polarity and Coiling Viper which doesn't. Now, Coiling Viper as a stance includes a lot of acrobatic flips and provides some really decent damage. However, I feel that where the Atterax comes into its own is when you combine it with Burning Wasp. One criticism I've always had about melee weapons in general is the ability to hit both low and high targets like crawlers and shield drones. However, Burning Wasp includes a lashing attack which, aimed correctly, can hit a drone out of the air or kill enemies on the ground efficiently as well. Now, Burning Wasp plus all the advantages that this weapon has makes the Atterax one of the best melees in the game and has certainly changed my entire outlook on the way the whips are. Okay, so let's start to mod the Atterax. Now, against Grineer, we're going to go with Burning Wasp, Pressure Point, Buzzkill for slash damage, Berserker rather than Fury, Organ Shatterer, Molten Impact, Shocking Touch, and True Steel for that crit damage, plus radiation damage. Now, against the Corpus, we're going to go with Burning Wasp, we're going to go with Pressure Point, Buzzkill, Berserker, and Organ Shatterer again. Then we're going to go with True Steel as well for the crit damage and crit chance, and then Shocking Touch and Northwind for that magnetic damage against the shielded units. Now, for the Void and also for Infested, we're going to go with Burning Wasp again, Pressure Point, Buzzkill, Berserker, Organ Shatterer, and True Steel for the crit damage and the slash damage, Virulent Scourge, and Shocking Touch for that corrosive damage against those heavier units. Okay, and now on to my recommendation as to whether I think you should pick this weapon up or not. And my answer to that is absolutely yes, you should. As I've said a couple of times before, this weapon is the whole package. Pure damage, crazy attack speed, great status, and great maneuverability, since you can comp to pretty effectively with this weapon. The amazing thing about this weapon is it can only get better. If you're able to change out the dash polarity elemental mods for the V polarity dual stat ones, it boosts the damage to insane levels, since you free up enough mod space to put something like Fury on the weapon, and when you combine Fury with Berserker, then the damage output goes through the roof. Now, this weapon is not expensive to make or hard to get, since I don't believe it has any mastery attached to it, so there's no real reason not to pick this weapon up. This weapon is going to be more than adequate up to high level Void, although it does need a few more hits to kill things like heavy gunners due to its low puncture and impact damage, although it's still comparable to the Dragon Nikana. Now, for the future, do I think this weapon deserves Former? If you've all got the dual stat damage mods, then the weapon doesn't need Former. However, if you want to free up more mod space, or if you want to change the stance polarity, then it's totally worth doing, and can only make the weapon better, although the stance really is personal preference. Now, as always guys, thanks very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I shall see you in the next episode.